Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Jamil. We are going to see weekly time frame on Alibaba stock, then daily, then 15 minutes for intraday. So let's start with weekly time frame first. Last week we discussed on here, if anything closing below 100 level, market can be sharply fall down from here. And as long as market will going to be trading inside of this candle, we are going to see volatile week one more. We are going to see one more volatile week on here. No doubt on intraday we can see here completely sideways volatile gap up, gap down was doing that. But the good things on weekly time frame, market able to close strongly near on its resistance level. No doubt 120 going to be important resistance for the market. Previous time it was acted as support. The moment is breakdown, and first time it is going to be acted as resistance, sharp selling. Then second time market going to meet his resistance level on here. Remember one point, no doubt 120 going to be important level for the market, and market cannot break important level on first shot. You can see here from if you just for assuming 100 level buy it's to buying on here 100 level to 170, sorry, 80 level till 170, almost 35 to 36 point buyer almost capture on here. So buyer chances are very high, if buyer start to book their profit, market can be paused on here. So 1 week or this week we are expecting not we are this week we are not going to expecting very big upside momentum, because this week need to be paused on here. Remember, important level cannot break in first shoot. It is going to be the first shoot. There is no any retracement. So if this week market can pause on here, next week you can see as soon as you break the high, you can see very big upside momentum for the market on here. So as per the price on here, market need to be rest on here. Next week you can see very big upside momentum. But I'm not saying that this level cannot be break. No doubt it's a positive momentum. It's market with the momentum can be breakout, and it can be breakout on upside. But as per the price, as per the analysis, we are expecting this week market can be paused on here. Next week we can see very big upside momentum. Once again, this level is important level, and important level cannot be break for the first time in one shoot. It need to be paused. Next week it can be breakout on upside. I hope you understand this point, friend. So let's check the daily time frame. Let's check the daily time frame for understand the market movement for tomorrow, for on Monday. No doubt last week we discussed on here, it's a gap up opening, sustain, gap up opening, sustain, gap up opening, very big upside momentum. We discussed on last week, this kind of momentum generally happen on buying market. When big investor start to buy from the deep market, generally going to face this kind of momentum. After gap up opening can be very big upside momentum. And this week also not that much of difference on on last week. You can see after 2 day pause, market gap up sustain, market gap up sustain on here. As we saw that 120 going to be the most important 120 going to be the most important resistance for the market. You can see first time touch sharply fall down, second time touch fall down, but each and every time, first time touching, seller almost take deep correction on here, then buyer take the market again and meet support, meet his resistance level, then seller sell again, but this time selling pressure was not that much of deep. That means buyer are on the market on here. Buyer start to buying on here, start to buying from 105, and it's a very good upside momentum. But you can see here one side of buying momentum. There is no any retracement, there is no any seller candle. It's a non-stop buying happen on here. So 120, after touching this 120, market can be come for retracement. This retracement will be for profit booking, and this retracement will give you opportunity for the buying no doubt on here. You can see gap up opening, sustaining, gap up opening, sustaining. So suppose for tomorrow on Monday, if again gap up open directly 120, we just have to be wait for any negative candle on 50-minute time frame near on this resistance level. If we see any negative candle on resistance level, market after opening start to make a negative candle, we can go and short it, because this negative candle, after seeing this buyer are going to book their profit. Even you can see here 105 to 170. Suppose 120 almost touch on Monday. It's almost 15 to 16 point will be captured in 1 week. So no doubt after market cannot be travel in one direction, it need to be paused, then buyer utilize this low, then it will be break the high, and this is how price action work generally, as you understand, if you understand the price. So I hope you understand this point. In this case, if anything gap up, if anything gap down, it will be sideways market, because both side you can see this level going to be resistance and this level going to be support. So gap down opening will going to be little sideways for the market. But let's take the 50 minute time frame to understand which side we can get the better trade for opening on Monday morning. On a 50 minute time frame, no doubt is very strong closing. Continuously market start to making higher high as going on upside on here, no doubt. So for tomorrow, sorry, for on Monday morning, if anything gap up again 120, any negative candle as we plan, that we can planning to sell on here. This is our first plan. If anything flat 160, 116.50, if anything opening flat, as soon as we break the high, we can plan to buy immediately, but the target will going to be 120, 119.50, because this level going to be resistance level. At least, even if it is not come for selling, at least market will going to be start to spending the time on here as a resistance level. So for both the cases, we are going to, after opening flat, as soon as break the high, we are going to buy, but this level going to be our first target for the profit book. This is our first plan. Suppose if anything directly gap down and start to closing 116, then we can see aggressively selling for the short for the short time, because this level is important for the buyer. Note, you can see here after 160, almost 3 to 4 hours market almost travel on here, 3 to 2 to 3 hours market after traveling and breakout on upside. Now that this level is most important for the buyer. If it start to, after opening gap down or even flat, suppose after opening flat or gap down, market start to traveling downside, and you can see this kind of price action on here, then you can easily take a trade for the selling side. And 112, 111, this level going to be act as a support for the market. So easy trade will going to be for tomorrow, after opening gap up, flat, even gap down. Both the cases we are going to get a trade for tomorrow. I hope you understand all of this point, friend. And remember, this is all my own analysis on my planning that I'm going to execute for on Monday morning. Make sure you do your own research, you do your own analysis. Make it simple, for the price. You don't have to see any global data, any news or something else. If you just see the price, if you understand, the moment you understand the price, market will give you the trade. You just have to be patient, and you can get the easily you can get the trade. Just you have to be patient and understand. If you understand the price, I hope you understand this point, friend. If you understand, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and so I'll see you the next week. Thank you, and thank you very much.